The countries, geographies, personalities involved can get complex and fast. Here's what we know. An alliance between the U.S. and Russia would impact far bigger, broader issues involving major players like Iran and Israel. So today I talked to Matt Brodsky. He's an expert in this field about Trump and Putin potentially working together, and also a lingering question of mine. Does the U.S. really want Assad to step aside or stay?
Is a renewed cooperation between the U.S. and Russia really that necessary?
Yeah, I don't think so, because the United States has completely different goals than Vladimir Putin in Russia. I mean, what Russia wants is basically to keep its base there, but then to dominate the future. And to do so, he wants to keep Iran in there and would like to then strengthen Assad, the president of Syria, who is, of course, a war criminal and has been using chemical weapons against his people. The United States has different interests from that, so it's difficult to see how working with them would help, because we've been fighting different enemies and have completely different interests as far as the region is concerned.
So if I'm hearing you right, the issue might be more Assad and Iran and maybe countries like Israel than it is about ISIS.
Well, yeah, actually, that's really the long-term strategic threat to the United States. I mean, it's not actually ISIS. ISIS is very bad. Let's be completely clear about that. But the fact is they, as they are right now, can't really mount a very concerted, comprehensive campaign against the United States. They could pull off small terrorist attacks. They can inspire such attacks. But Iran actually has a plan and is taking over the Middle East and is working toward nuclear weapons. All of that together is a very scary scenario.
President Trump often says Iran is the really big, bad, ugly guy.
Right.
Would it behoove the U.S. to team up with Russia if Russia will cooperate with us against Iran?
Yeah, that would be nice, except Russia won't. They may say they will, just like they said that they were going to fight ISIS, but they weren't doing that. They were fighting different rebel groups. Our enemy is Iran in the long term. For Russia, Russia's presence in Syria is guaranteed by Iran's ground forces.
Do you think the U.S. really wants to see Assad go?
Well, it depends who you're asking the administration. According to Nikki Haley, our UN ambassador, yes. Our State Department has always been on that side. The president has been wavering on that. But the fact is, we don't really have a policy right now to get rid of Assad. He's a war criminal, and the idea of the devil we know is better than that we don't. The devil we know in this case is in fact the devil. So this isn't Gaddafi, who had already come clean with his nuclear program and was a little nutty, but we were okay with him. Here we have someone who has cooperated to kill American troops from the last decade. Assad's list of problematic behavior against the United States specifically and our allies is very long and distinguished. So what we get after him is, it's hard to imagine it being worse than him.
Yeah, but I just can't imagine the president would feel it was a good look for him to, let's say, help topple Assad, and then you wind up with a democratically elected Muslim Brotherhood. He doesn't want that either.
Correct, right. That was actually a problem that could have occurred, I think, early on, say 2012. But as we are right now, it's more of a moot point, because after December 2016, once Aleppo fell to Assad, that pretty much meant that by the time Trump came into office a month later, the civil war aspect was already won in favor of Assad.
What is the status of the Middle East at this moment?
Like it always is, always in flux. It's been messy, specifically more so hard to predict since 2011. But Iran is absolutely ascendant. Our other allies are extremely nervous about it. But luckily, a lot of them we still stand behind and are very strong and can stand.
Trump and Putin could be teaming up in somewhere like Syria. We'll have to see, or at least like leaving each other alone more. And as for Putin coming here to the U.S. very soon, we'll let you know when details come out about that.